It's time to take a look at what we have on the news diary, perhaps as we look at the week ahead. So for us, to tell us a little bit more about what's happening on the political front, for the politics desk, we're joined by Natasha Phiri, of course, SABC News Political Reporter. Tash, welcome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Liesl.
Listen, local government elections are touted for next year, but the chess moves that are ensuing at this point, it's keeping us all of us busy.
Parties have started already.
So let's see our top story there that we obviously heard. Soundbites there from Gayton McKenzie, PA leader. He's threatening to pull out of coalitions if Kenny Kunene is not reinstated. So perhaps you could just tell us a little bit more about the dynamics unfolding. Angelo Frick spoke about the fragility, but ultimately service delivery is coming to the fore. Transparency of the negotiation processes as well. We're not necessarily privy to. Tell us about possibilities
at this point. I think from the Patriotic Alliance, what they're saying is that they feel disrespected, you know, especially in the government of local unity. But before we get into this conversation, if our colleagues could just actually play this bite by Gayton McKenzie, and we'll get right into it.
There's nothing wrong in the GNU, but there's everything wrong down there. No, I'm not the type of leader that sits on the table while I don't know and be indifferent to the suffering of my leaders. We are not being treated in a fashion that we expect to be treated. Now I have asked them Tuesday to walk out. How do I stay while I'm asking people to make a sacrifice? I too must make that sacrifice. I'm not angry with the GNU. There's no problem in the GNU. The GNU is just affected by what is happening down there. And I'm not giving threats, I'm giving facts. Tuesday, I will resign.
Okay, so Natasha, we've now heard it's from the leader's mouth. So obviously now we're looking at the credibility of what he's also said and the timing of all of this, given also the dynamics. I hope us understand a little bit further.
He made another video on Facebook basically saying that he has it on good authority that the Johannesburg chairperson of the ANC, who's also the mayor, Dada Morero, had made an agreement with the EFF to say that that position that Kenny Kunene actually held as MMC of Transport was actually going to them. So that is his bone of contention. But we have it on good authority as SABC News that the leadership of the Patriotic Alliance will be meeting with the leadership of the ANC either tomorrow or on Tuesday. It's not confirmed. But we also saw Liesl there on Friday that Kenny Kunene was once again sworn in as a councillor in the city of Johannesburg. So we'll just wait for that. And of course, we're on top of the story. We'll deliver that. Of course, D-Day is on Tuesday. And another important story that's taking place on Tuesday is Cabinet Lekgotla. Let's
get into that, because now we need to look at priorities. We need to look at plans. Given the challenges, given economic discussions as well, accountability, there's a lot coming through from that front.
And you talk about the economy, Liesl, the medium-term budget is also coming back, which is the medium budget. That's expected to be tabled on the 12th of November. Of course, members of cabinet need to still deliberate on that, talk about that. But another important issue is the issue of the G20. We're literally over a month away from the G20. Issues still need to be finalized. Is the province, is the city ready to host the G20? But also for members of cabinet to actually come together, make peace with the fact that the US Vice President, J.D. Vance, is going to attend and not US President, Donald Trump. So this is just an important issue to actually take stock of. But also other issues, I like the fact that you raised issues of service delivery earlier on, issues of water, of municipalities around our country. I mean, I visited the community of Kutsong in the Mirafong municipality, and this is where now COCT has actually come in to assist the municipality because of the sinkhole situation. You know, what are they doing with that? Electricity, Liesl, so many issues of service delivery, in our country. So we expect members of cabinet to actually take stock of that.
It's shining a spotlight on our state of readiness, perhaps as a host city or a host province, but also what's happening on the continent, right? That beacon of light that it's supposed to resemble on that front. From Cabinet Lekgotla, we've also got the Madlanga Commission.
Shots fired tired, as some would say. The Madlanga Commission, there's so many things that are happening around the Madlanga Commission. I think a lot of people are expecting it to be very interesting this week, as you know that the crime intelligence boss, Dumisani Khumalo, will be giving his testimony. Of course, he's a central key figure in the commission. We've heard, the testimony of General Ntantla Mkhwanazi, who actually, I think over a week ago, had said that the former minister, Bheki Cele, had wanted, General Khumalo out of the way. Remember, he headed the political killings task team. We'd like to hear his side of the story. Of course, he's expected to focus on operational and administrative matters in SABC when he testifies, but also just perhaps to go back to the past week that we've seen. We've seen 3 people testify. There's a national police commissioner who had labelled, Police Commissioner Senzo Mchunu decision to disband the PKTT as an encroachment of justice. Following his statement or his testimony, we saw there Major General Petronella van Rooyen, who also told the Commission that the authority to disband the PKTT only lied with the National Police Commissioner, Fanny Masemola. And lastly, we saw the KZN Director of Public Prosecutions, Elaine Harrison, saying that she saw no need for the disbandment of the PKTT. But, however, back to the issue of local government and, various parties also campaigning on the ground. We've seen the DA announcing a number of their mayoral candidates, one in in Durban, KZN, in Gauteng, Johannesburg. And tomorrow we understand that the DA leader will be visiting Mfuleni, the Midvaal, as well as I beg your pardon, it's Mfuleni and the Midvaal. So those 2 neighboring municipalities.
Yeah, there's a lot that's happening. Just to your point about what happened at the Madlanga Commission, it seems that there was a coherence in terms of what had been reiterated, corroborated from National Police Commissioner, from Lieutenant General Ntantla Mkhwanazi, as well as Van Rooyen as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what's added from Dumisani as well as it continues. We'll bring you voting coverage on the SABC, of course, with our special coverage there. Anything else that we need to look forward to? Is that we're going to leave it for us for today for the political desk?
There's never
until your phone goes off.
Exactly. It's always moving stories. So anything else could actually happen and pop up during the week. But let's just wait for Tuesday. Will the ANC and the Patriotic Alliance actually come to an agreement? We'll just wait to see.
Well, the clock is ticking. Thank you so much for your time at this hour. We'll leave it there.